everybody, and welcome back to Chat and Chill News. And let's get straight into the news. Now, let's start with the Grenfell Tower. If you remember that incident. Now, 4 in 5 Grenfell Tower families could spend Christmas in a house in limbo. Survivors demand that they do urgent action towards this case, because a lot of promises have been broken. Now, it was supposed to be, apparently, there was supposed to be out of emergency accommodation by Christmas. Now, as it looks like, over 200 households are still left homeless, which is not very good news at all. Now, Council Leader Elizabeth Cameron came out and said, that everything's becoming really slow. It's a really slow process, and right now, they're trying to build on trying to make the re-housing business a lot quicker. It's not really great. When you look at it like this, out of 118 of 208 houses remain in emergency accommodation. So hopefully they fix that very soon. Unfortunately, to all the families that do have to spend in that situation, I hope you guys get a better situation ASAP. Salute to me from Chat and Chill, and I hope to see you guys in a better household and a better living circumstances fairly soon. Now let's go into the next top story for this week, and it's UK's ability to attract talent is already suffering due to the vote to leave the EU. Now, by talent they mean like, good students, bad students, great student, whoever you are. If you've got a great talent, come to the UK and you develop that. And what's happening is students that do study here and end up staying here for a long while has already seen a huge drop and a huge impact. People just don't want to, I guess, come to this country now and study here. I mean, I don't know if that's to do with just the situation right now with the EU, but god damn it, Brexit! God damn! Oh man, I want to see some senoritas up in there. I'm joking, but yeah, that's the situation with that. Hopefully, they can fix that. It's always good to have different people from all across the world coming to this country and fulfilling us with their gracious niceness. You know what I mean? So hopefully, it doesn't drop as badly as it sounds. But if it's already taking effect now, it hasn't even been 2 years. God knows what's going to happen in a couple of years' time. Anyway, let's go into the next story now. An ex-priest, LAURENCE SOPER, is guilty of sexual assault on various former students of his. He's about 74 years old now. Now he's facing up to 19 charges of indecent and serious sexual assault against 10 former people, as I just said. Crazy. And these are young boys as well, so that's crazy. Man, I always tell people this. Don't think that all high religious broskies are all that they seem. You can get some corrupt sheikhs, you can get some corrupt priests, you can get some corrupt popes, but it's not all that it seems. Some people put on the front to get a paycheck in the pocket. Watch out for them, man. Isn't it? But yeah, man, that's a really unfortunate situation. I hope all those 10 boys are cool and safe right now, and it's a really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate time at the moment. A lot of these assault cases and all of that, and harassment cases all seem to be coming out at really fast pace. I feel like I'm just a new one every day. Hopefully that gets sorted out, and yeah, you deserve some time for that, boy. Anyways, reading standards in the UK is on the up. Surprise, surprise. If you don't know about the reading standards, bro, people just don't like to read in this country. But according to the International League of Educational table, which I don't follow, the UK was falling further and further behind its competitors. Now, big shout out to all the primary schools in this country bringing out the reading standard. English primary school children have achieved the highest reading standard for a generation. You know what I'm saying? 10 years. It's a long goddamn time. It's great to see that people are enjoying to read books. I enjoy to read books. You know what? Tell me what sort of book you guys like to read in the comment section below. I like to have a little read here and there. I personally go on the, the bookstore or the app store. The bookstore and the app store. I like to download my books and read them from my phone, is what I was trying to say. What do you guys do? Do you guys follow the Kindle lifestyle? Let me know in the comment section below how you guys read your book. Now, if you want to understand what that's a great achievement, so we're joint 8th in the world right now, which might not sound great in terms of reading standards, but look, let me show you why this is great. In 2011, we were 10th. In 2006, we were 15th. So it's gradually getting better. Hopefully in the next couple of years, we'll be top number 1, top 2, top 3. Isn't it? That's where we want to be at. Now, let's get into another serious conversation doing the NHS. I know I'm always bringing that NHS and Brexit situation, but listen, god damn it, this is what's going on right now. Now, the NHS may maybe struggling this winter. Should I say maybe? They're definitely not going to be coping this winter. It's looking intense. Apparently, a lot of the hubs are operating at 99% occupancy, as experts stress that house services need at least 156,000 strong army of volunteers. Volunteers, my friend, non-payment. That's how bad it's looking. And you know, 2 hospitals came out and admitted that their bed occupancy rates are at 98% and 99% respectively. You know how full up that is. There's no beds, broski. And there's a lot of concern coming up. There's possibly got severe flu outbreak for this winter as well. Again, I was talking about there's not enough staff and people, and there's always a situation where people from now the whole Brexit, people just don't want to come into the UK no more to do nursing and being a doctor and all of that stuff there. It's just getting crazy. Again, I hope we can sort that kind of situation out. It's not a good situation, especially for the winter. You know, people want to spend Christmas and be healthy and fresh, but you know, sometimes people get into a situation, maybe too much alcohol, maybe being ill, maybe being the flu and the cold and then yada yada yada. I do hope that stuff gets sorted out. Yeah, man. I mean, if you can afford to go private, I would say try go private, but we ain't balling, bruh. We need NHS, bruh. Anyways, that's the end of the news. I'll see you again with the sports piece at the A. And welcome back to the sport. Very slow sports day. I realized it the other day. You know, I've been doing the sports quite a lot now. But anyway, let's get into it. Phil Foden became the youngest Englishmen ever to start in the Champions League at the age of 17 years and 192 days. Bro, that's great news. Big shout out to Pep Guardiola as well for actually giving them the start. He did come off the bench against Feyenoord for Man City earlier in the Champions League campaign. But it's great to see that young Englishmen are now getting on the pitch. Me personally, I'm not like a supporter of English teams, so you know, the international teams, so don't get your high hopes. I'm gassed about that. But it's great to see young talent on the pitch. I think young players, 17. What was you doing when you were 17? I'll tell you what I was doing. I was in college, 6th form, having life, Coon boys, yeah, I don't know, and Coon girls, where colleges. I'm a G letter. But anyways, yeah. Crazy to think he was putting on boots on to go in the Champions League match. God damn, that's crazy. Big shout out to Phil. Hopefully you have a great career ahead of you. He was also part of the under 19s or 17s or whatever World Cup winning team, so that was great as well. Big out to the England team that won that as well, so shout out to you guys. Now, next story, if you did watch the match, Shakhtar Donetsk did beat Man City 2-1. A very weakened team, but you know what the greatest thing about it? He went to the press conference in a Zorro mask outfit. Like he had the full-on Zorro. Remember? Zorro. Hey, that's hard, man. He did say to his teammates and to his team and all that stuff. He said if they get through to the next Champions League round, he'll put on a Zorro mask at the press conference. He did that. It was brilliant. I advise everyone to watch it. It's pretty cool. It probably ain't in English though. Rugby League World Cup. England, you know, I see you not find that England did lose to Australia in the World Cup Rugby League final, but don't you worry. Like I'm saying around, the manager thinks that this is a great stepping stone to winning the World Cup next time. So hopefully, this is a great little build. This showed world class style. This showed they're world class. You know, they're looking great. They're looking good. We'll see you guys for the next Rugby League World. Now for the next story, I don't know why I've done like this, but I'm going into another football story. Before I forget, Cristiano Ronaldo has broken another Champions League record. You know what he just did? He's the first player ever to score in each group stage match. Ronaldo, man, he keep making records on me, man. God damn. Anyways, big shout out to Cristiano Ronaldo, big shout out to Real Madrid. And again, like I said last time, what do you think the English teams are going to do in the Champions League? And oh, before I forget, it's the first time there's ever been 5 teams from one country in their groups in the last 16 group stage anyway. So that's even great. So records being broken left, right and centre. We've got Foden, we've got Ronaldo, we've got England and their teams. Let's hope that everything goes smoothly in the Champions League. Don't want to see Liverpool go too far. Don't really want to see Spurs go too far. Don't really want to see Chelsea go too far. Don't really want to see Man City go too far. Man City will go quite far. United, hopefully you guys do your best. I'm a United fan. If you didn't know, don't worry. But that's the end of the sports right now. Don't forget to press the subscribe button. Don't forget to press the like button. And don't forget to comment all that juicy stuff in the comment section below. Peace.
rap like I'm Henny.